Yes. So a warm welcome to everyone to this super exciting and super informative session today. Today we'll be learning a lot into detail about sprint review, definition of done, and product backlog management. But before we start the session to understand these concepts, I would like to ensure that we all are centered, we all are relaxed, and we all are focused. Okay. So there is a very simple method for that. And that is actually very underrated, but it's very helpful. So what I would suggest all of you in your own pace, as per your own comfort level, everyone just have 5 deep breaths. Okay, deep ones, not the normal one that we take. 5 deep breaths, and once you are done, you can send a thumbs up on the chat, and preferably do this with closed eyes. I myself am doing. I'll have a little sound, so you can understand my breath and when I stop. So and I'll recommend not to talk or indulge in any other activity. Just close your eyes, have these 5 deep breaths, and then we start our study. Okay, fine. I guess everybody's cool with it. So yeah, thank you so much. Let's start. I'm counting from now. This is my first one. I'll ask you to relax and finish when I'm completed with my fifth deep breath. Okay. So we start now. Thank you so much. Let's go. Now gently rub your hands and keep on your eyes for some time, and then we get started. It really helps. Yes. So thank you so much for this. I'm sure you must have felt a little more relaxed and comfortable after this. I recommend doing this before starting any activity that requires focus. You can also encourage your kids and family members to do this because it just simply does this. It centers you, it relaxes you, and then when we can go ahead in the next activity, especially studies, reading, job interview preparation, it makes you more focused, it makes you more calmer. So your retention and your memory also increases. Okay. So yes, today we have these three interesting and very important topics from the point of view of interview. And I hope you all remember we studied about sprint review, sprint retrospective, stand-up meetings in the earlier sessions, right? I'll encourage you to send messages. Yeah, thank you, Sheetal. Thank you, Rolly, Priyanka. Yes, because I don't want, because some of you have background noises and you have people around. So you can always send a thumbs up so I understand you're there. In case you wish to ask any doubts, please feel free to ask. Okay? So first of all, I will really recommend you to take a picture of this slide, especially this circle wherein the definition or the, I would say, features or highlights of modern agile are mentioned. What it states is, it states make people awesome. Now, this is my personal favorite, because when you're doing something innovative and creative, you tend to feel awesome anyways, right? And this feeling is actually the outcome of the entire process when the work is streamlined and you're doing good in work. Deliver value continuously. I think we did study in this earlier session. Agile focuses on giving continuous delivery, giving continuous functionality, giving or offering continuous work to the customer, so they be comfortable, they be happy that their work is done, their project, their application is shaping fine, and they are a part of this entire process. So, when you are a part of any activity, it can be a traditional activity, it can be any party at home. And when you feel included, right? So that's a very good feeling, and that time you contribute to your, best level. You feel, okay, it is my responsibility, it is my activity, I'm a part of that, and then you give your best. So this is what Agile does. Make safety a prerequisite. Absolutely. Now, this safety is not from the fire or any natural calamity point of view, but this safety is it's from the point of view of giving continuous delivery. From the point of view of ensuring that the customer deliverables are not affected, there is no delay, there is no issues or any problems or any hindrance in the delivery. So yes, this is from the safety point of view. And last but not the least is experiment and learn rapidly. Now, experiment is a very fantastic word in today's industry or today's market.
Prerna, your voice is
Yeah, yeah.
breaking in between.
Yeah,
Actually,
Prerna, your voice is breaking in between.
yes, some part
Okay,
is
okay.
missing. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it clear now? I'm
Yes,
talking a little slow. Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
so,
So maybe because of the pauses, you felt like that. But if you are not able to listen continuous sentence or so, let me know. Yeah, thank you. And the last one is experiment and learn rapidly. So basically, what happens in this, you are experiment in the form of implementing something new, something interesting that is asked by the customer. That is the prerequisite. That is the ask of today. Like, we see in the medical field, in any other industry, there are constant experiments, and this is how you grow. So similar way in Agile also, what is the best possible practice, how we can deliver better. So these kind of experiments and learn rapidly, that simply means you have to learn on the job. So rather you're expected to be an expert, right? So what we do in a Scrum team, there are skilled, I would say, team members from different, I would say, sections of the industry. It can be from development, from database, from analysis, from market research, for any and everything, from cloud nowadays. So you are already considered, or you're chosen because you are the best at your field, right? And once that is done, it is your it is expected, or it is your duty to deliver to your fullest. So is it okay, this whole four important features, are you comfortable? You can unmute yourself and talk, please.
Yes,
Yes,
Prerna.
yes, Prerna.
yes, Prerna.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So guys, why we have these kind of I would say this kind of pictures or these kind of graphs in between is because they will help you to remember the concepts and the understanding clearly, right? So if you take a picture of this, and if you ensure to look at this picture a couple of times a day, or to have a glance it through, or when you talk to your friends, you just share, or in many a cases, your spouses are already in IT, you working in IT, you can discuss with them. So it just gives you a good revision, and it helps you to remember these all points, right? Okay. So let's go to the next point. Yeah. Can someone read this point for me? I want one person to read the diagram and the other person to read the wordings. Please go ahead. It's only one line, but it's a very big line. So yeah, please go ahead.
A sprint review meeting should be a natural result of the sprint involving the product owner, the Scrum team, the Scrum Master management, customers, and developers from other projects.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
and the diagram
Yeah,
is
the diagram, please. Yeah.
sprint review, feedback on product, demo, feedback on product, facilitate.
Perfect. Perfect. So you guys, thank you so much. Yeah, please mute yourself. So if you guys remember, we learned about sprint review, how it is a very important ceremony. You know, one ceremony being one of my favorite words. How it is an important ceremony. How we present to our important stakeholders, including customers, at time vendors, senior management. So how to do that with the best quality? So what it simply states is, when you have all the important parties involved, like product owner, the Scrum team, and by the way, nobody asked me. By the way, that sentence was a Scrum team, Scrum master, and management. Okay, it wasn't a Scrum master management. So when I talk about a management or senior management with respect to, I would say, project or agile, that simply means even beyond the product owner, right? Beyond product owner, there are multiple hierarchies. When I say hierarchies, means there are multiple senior members from other teams, from same team. So I'll give you a real life example. Like what happens in an organization, you have organization structure, but you also have cross I would say connections of the departments. So for example, marketing and sales always go hand in hand, right? Like if we have spent a decent amount of money on say print advertisement or any media advertisement or any campaign, so that should result in a sales increase in sales. So this is common, right? This is a common understanding. Everybody understands this? Yes, no?
Yes.
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 Yeah, please unmute and yes. So it's a direct relation. Okay. So now in Agile, what happens is beyond product owner, there are people like senior managers or executive directors or directors, managing directors or VPs, So depending on the hierarchy, they might be having multiple portfolios, multiple projects, multiple clients under them. So they are also interested in how well you're doing, right? So that is why it is mentioned feedback on the project, demo, feedback on the project, and facilitate. So here, if you see all these people with different hair colors and hairstyle, so these are basically people who are giving demo. That's our Scrum team, and one person that is there, we can consider them as our customer, or as our whom we are focusing our demo on. And along with that, yes, to get the feedback, we have variety of other members like vendors, any other team that is a part of this development, or your senior management, or things like that. Okay. And facilitate is basically the scrum master, who is the one who facilitates all these ceremonies. Okay. Any doubts in this?
No.
No.
Okay. Thank you so much. Now listen to this. We have on purpose tried to keep these things very simple and very easy to understand. Okay. A disclaimer to you, if you go on Google and by hard luck, if you go on any site that is not so beginner friendly, you will see so much of, I would say, you know, uh, verbiage and so much of additional data trying to say the same thing. Honestly, a lot of junk just to explain these liners. What at Guru Schools here we focus on is give the crisp, ensure we hit on the head to the point, and your understanding is clear. Okay. So still, I will recommend you to read from good websites like Scrum Alliance and
We lost you, Prerna. Prerna, we lost you. Can anyone else hear Prerna?
No,
No, no,
no.
no.
There's some issue, network issue might be.
Is it? I was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
now
I'll
we can
just
hear
repeat.
you. Now
Yeah,
We
we can
lost
I'll
hear
you
just.
for
you.
good 10, 15
Yeah.
seconds.
Is it? I don't know. We had strange rains yesterday, but I think it's fine now. No worries. I'll just repeat what I was saying is, I was saying that instead of uh, Googling or surfing just like that blindly, there are some good sites like Scrum Alliance, or even if you see while reading, also everybody has a different level of understanding. Okay, what is understandable and easy for me may not be for you, and vice versa. So, what we at Guru Schools recommend that is that you revise through recordings and also prepare your videos. So what we understand is that you have learned and you understood the concept and you are comfortable talking on it, right? Even this is a typical scenario for all the resume and mock interview also. Now this is a tip. What we recommend is we recommend you to speak in front of the mirror, or if you have a camera at home, you can record yourself, or you can record yourself very well on a phone. So it does multiple things. It first of all boosts your confidence. It is not a child's play, or it is not as super easy as to just start your recording. I know you can make TikToks and you can make fun videos. They are super easy because it's a fun element involved in that. But when you're talking, you're sharing your knowledge, you're explaining some concepts, you tend to get a little taken aback, and you feel like, am I talking properly? And that's why we recommend. And I'm so happy that ladies are doing a great job in this. There are so many videos I see. I'm extremely sorry if I'm not able to answer to one-on-one, but don't worry, they are being observed. They are being observed by all the HRs in the group, definitely by Dave sir, and everybody is very keen to see how well you're performing. Now, give me this in one answer, yes or no. Have you seen the difference in your confidence level post making the videos? Tell me in yes or no. Please unmute
Yes,
yourself.
yes,
Yes.
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 Yes, absolutely.
So that's a yes from all the people who have prepared the videos, right? So I'll encourage others also to prepare videos, because I can see the difference. The first video, when you were looking little down, you're kind of tense, you were trying to find words. Now when I see your videos, you're so fluent. And remember, there are very small tips and tricks for any kind of activity which are important to get placed, like audio calls or video conferencing or any interview. Is your fluency and your confidence, along with obviously the knowledge part of it. So if you can talk continuously on a topic for 1 or 2 minutes, or if you can explain them, and you can keep your cool and calm and be very gentle and relaxed, the interviewer would know that you're comfortable with the topic, and they themselves feel good about you as a candidate. And that is it. Do you ever think that in 30 minutes or 40 minutes of interview, are they going to judge all your technical or functional knowledge? Absolutely not. It is not possible also. So yes, why I shared all this is because this is related to the reviews, right? So interview is also kind of review, which you get your feedback later on. So similar grounds, our sprint reviews have to be of good quality. See, I'm just trying to connect the topics and sharing the information which is useful. Instead of having to tell this at the mock interviews, we prefer sharing these tips in the recordings or in the sessions. So when you come from the mock interviews, you're prepared. Just an additional tip for this, next week, we already have 2 candidates who are ready for mock interviews. So if someone of you wishes to join, they're most welcome. It is a very good platform to come and to have to get a feel of real life experience.
Again, we lost Prerna.
Behave as it's your final interview or any other interview with the vendor. So we will share the details in upcoming days. Plus, please keep in this mind. Please keep this in mind. Next week we have the session. Okay.
Prerna, can you please repeat because we didn't hear your voice in between?
Okay. So I was saying next weekend probably we are planning for a mock interview. Two of the they're already ready, and we will have the session next week.
Okay.
We'll share the and then if any one of you is interested is in joining, you can connect with us. Is it okay with everyone?
Okay.
Okay, yes.
Okay, yes.
But still your connection is not good because still we are not able to hear the full sentence. But still we understand what you said.
Yes, maybe some I mean, I don't know, network lag in between, but I'm happy that you're able to understand what I'm trying to tell you, right? There is no gap in that.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
are we cool? Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Please,
Prerna.
please go on mute. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, this is a very important point from understanding point of view. I just want 5 people to read this pointer one by one. So everybody is involved and they know what they're talking about. And after that, I want you to kind of give your idea in one line. Now, this is for everyone. And please, people who are not unmuting, do not feel that I am not noticing. I don't like to take names, but please be involved. So first of all, I know that not anybody is not sleeping, first thing. Second, that you understand, and if you have any doubts, please feel free. This is the forum. Okay. So yeah, I'll just read the heading and then one by one, please read one line. I want everyone to be included. So I want at least maximum participation. Okay. Yeah. So development team talks about the sprint, and these are the 5 points.
What went
Okay.
well? Problems that arose.
How they solve this problem?
Demonstrate
Okay.
completed work, product backlog items.
Answers are all
Okay.
questions.
Okay. Okay. And what all you feel about one point? It can be any other point.
The development team talks about that whatever they have done, how those things went, and is there any problem during that process, and how this like clarify what were the impediments, and I think they answer any question related to that project.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
So basically, understanding of how the entire process has gone by,
Yes.
and what was the best part of it. Like, what is the learning that we can take from it, or just simply how well we did. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Thank you, Poonam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next point: problems that arose. What would anybody explain, please?
while the program was processing. So the problems what they have faced, like anything in between the travel intervals has happened in between the program was completed, or like executing things what has been arrived in between them, but will be discussed and how they have to resolve all these things we discussed in this review meeting.
Okay. Now, now should I give a typical one of my favorites? And I think now it has become your favorites also slowly example to correlate this, because you know what, when we think about something that is not related to us, it's not so convenient for us to think about the features, the pointers, and you know how to go ahead about it. But if when we correlate that question or that situation to any real life situation that you have already experienced, it's very easy. Now imagine now just Navratri went by, or maybe Diwali is coming. So imagine you had a Diwali party at home. Okay, you brought your friends over, your family was there, relatives were there, you know, your kids' friends were there. Okay, and this is the review after the Diwali party. So now, can you relate to this?
Yes.
The first point, which was well, what
Yeah.
went well.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
So you might say, oh, the decoration, the lighting was superb. See, I'm just giving you some pointers. You can have many, you know, depending on your experience. And same way, similar way it applies to any meetings also. Okay, don't think that it's a very different thing, because the way any party, any function has aspects, meeting also has aspects. I'll relate to that meeting also, because this is very important. I'm giving this much of time.
Uh-huh.
So what all things you can say went well? Okay, the decoration, the lighting was on point. You know, it was all fine.
Yeah.
Or maybe our timings were good. You know, people could come in as per their comfort level. Okay. Problems that arose. What kind of problems you feel you would face?
Food
Mm.
was over.
Management, sometimes food.
Food is over, or food is not good. Food is not delivered.
Yes. Now
Sometimes
this is a
space management,
unique. Sorry, what mismanagement, Ishan?
space management of
Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm really liking. Thank you for adding this. Yes. Next. See, this is how the ideas keep coming. Yeah. Other people, please unmute. This is a very common. I think you all have had parties or functions at home, so you must have faced some issues. I have a list of issues I have been facing. I
Yeah.
have faced
Music
for my
selection
functions.
was
So,
not
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Sorry, what was not good?
Music selection was not good. Kids were also
Okay,
there. Yeah.
great. Yes, 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 and
Some sources were
maybe.
limited. I mean, not in terms of food, maybe like if we planned for some
Mhm,
fireworks or something and things didn't work out
mhm.
well. So limitation of sources.
Perfect. See, everybody's actually getting into the Diwali mood. Yes, yes. So this is what I want. So when you get into an organization, you have to be in that mood. So that helps. Okay. So very genuine and very real life problems. Yes, the food can be over. The food can, if you're ordering, you're taking from caterers, it
Mhm.
can actually delivered late. It has really happened to one of my very close family members. There was a puja at their place, and the food came in very late. Absolutely, like they were 1 or 2 hours late because of whatever traffic or issues, and that ultimately made everyone hungry, and they really appreciated the food well. That's a different story. But yeah, delivering of food getting delayed. And yes, I really like that firecracker example, that because see, kids are very much into the activities. Okay, they are not into, they are not gonna sit and eat at one place. They want to play, they want to burn firecrackers, they want to have all that lighting stuff and all. So if that is not sufficient, if that is not good enough, sometimes they don't burn properly, and sometimes the food is overcooked. And I really like the space management part. It's like you and your spouse or your family members are having a difficult time to kind of decide where to organize the dining area in your patio, in your living room, or in your backyard, and ultimately you you ended up in a smaller space, and then you keep other nudges with your partner. I told you to do so. I told you to do that. So that all happens, right? So this is all human nature. So when we are in a team, when we are in agile team, so imagine if these things are happening for such functions, such I would say events. Similar way things can happen for a review also. So what went wrong? Problems that arose, we discussed just now. So how they solve those problems? So how do we solve this problem on personal level? So next time we plan for caterers well in advance, maybe 2 hours before the meeting, before the event, right? So ensure that when everybody starts coming in, you have food ready on the counter or on the dining area, right? Or on the in same way in the meeting grounds on the agile. I'm just giving you a comparison how well you can do. If you feel that your meeting setup was not done, maybe in current scenario your video conferencing was not well, or the conference room was smaller for the audience, so you ensure that you book a bigger conference room. You ensure that there is a enough writing material or enough chairs or enough space for everybody. You ensure that your presentation is running smoothly. See, many a times, like in our case also, like how you face my sound issue in between, so there can be any sound issue, there can be any technical glitch. So to have an engineer on standby in case anything happens to your laptop or in your machine, or projector is a typical showstopper, trust me. And many a times projector not working or presentation not working is a, I would say, a classic example. Okay, that way. So these kind of things keep happening. So you have to ensure this. I'm telling from inter meeting point of view, right? So same way there can be other, like if you have some if you want to hand out some material, and if that is not available, you have to ensure that that is available. So things like that can happen. So demonstrate the next point, please read out the fourth one.
Demonstrate completed work product backlog items.
Yes, so this is why we have this meeting, to ensure that you have a detailed demonstration of your completed work and your backlog item. Anybody remembers what is a product backlog item? Please explain if you wish.
It's a part, it's an individual requirement. The whole together is called product backlog, and individual of them are called as product backlog item.
Okay, so it's the entire work, entire project backlog that is being so basically whatever you wanted to deliver, whatever the customer asked, that is important, right? That you have to do. So basically whatever you were supposed to no, not even supposed to, what was planned to show to the customer or to showcase to the customers, that has to be completed, and that is being discussed, right? So like in our classic case of Diwali or any other function, you have to ensure that whatever was planned, whatever was asked for, any line item, anything, so that has to be completed. Okay, so this is, I think, an easy point, because on this only everything is dependent, like what all work you are completing, key points, key features. So basically everything that is completed is being highlighted. See, even these reviews are in a way you're showcasing that, okay, we achieved this much, you're kind of trying to take the credit, or you're kind of ensuring that you're also highlighting your work, not only having a meeting, you're also highlighting your work. Okay, and last and not the least, answers any question, so that comes without being discussed. Yeah, so basically answering any questions or any doubts that anybody has. Now this goes without saying, right? So any doubts in these pointers as of now, after having a comparison between any our Diwali party and this review. Yes.
No
Yes,
doubts.
no.
It's clear.
No.
No doubts.
Nope.
Yeah, so this is, thank you so much. Thank you. So this is basically our development teams department, like, you know, how we have decoration department given to the guys at times and the cooking and catering departments to the women, or maybe some cleaning or helping helpful activities to the kids. So same way, development team generally involves into this, like what problem they had, how they solved, what all they developed on similar grounds. What is all taken care by product owner. Okay. So yeah, can two people come forward and read these points, please? I want different people to read every time. So ensure, please go ahead.
Discuss this current snapshot of product backlog and roadmap.
Next point, please.
Projects likely completion dates with various completion rate or velocity assumptions.
Okay. So without complicating this, I would like to say from the product owner responsibility point of view, the product owner gives a, see, the word is used so well, snapshot. Okay. What do you mean by a snapshot?
The gist.
Anybody? The gist, yeah, very well said. The gist. And so basically what it means.
What work they are going to do for the right now or for the day?
No. It's not
For
for the day.
for current
It's for
sprint
entire
of,
sprint.
yeah, for current sprint, what they have to do.
Yes, perfect. No, what they have to do, no. See, it's a review meeting. That means for current sprint, what they have already done, right? This is why we are having the meeting. So
Okay.
what he discusses a current snapshot of the product backlog. Product backlog means whatever items are still available in our bucket to work upon. So that is the discuss, and the roadmap. See, now look at this. Everybody, as per their level and as per their experience and as per their designation or role, I would say, instead of designation, they have different activities or different responsibilities. Like development team talked about their area of work. The product owner is focusing on his area of work. What do you mean by his area of work? Is he's stating that, okay, as of today, we stand here, we completed these many line items, this is a product backlog, and this is a roadmap. Roadmap simply means if I have an exam in 10 days and I have 10 subjects per se, just for simplicity, then I'll have to finish one subject each day. So going forward after 10th day, I'll be done with my syllabus. It's the simplest example of any roadmap. So for product owner, the roadmap is, okay, we've completed 10 major features in this sprint. In the next sprint, we are focusing on these 10 another major features which were asked by, the customer and stuff like that. So it's basically a roadmap, means they're giving you an understanding of where we stand and what are we looking. So roadmap, everybody is clear, and I think we've used this word multiple times, so we all should be good with it. Roadmap, yes?
Yes.
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 Yes, thank you so much. Yeah. And the second point, projects likely completion dates with various completion rate for velocity as for rate for assumption. So basically it means as a product owner, he gives, or he or she, if I have to talk like that. By the way, what does velocity mean? Let me give you in a simple one-liner. By the way, Gaurav also had created a video. I'm not sure he's shared with you. If not, we'll share on the group. With
Yeah, it's a past
velocity
review,
velocity.
past sprint review.
Yeah, it's a it's more of a exactly simple calculation basically deciding on what kind of and how much work you've already completed in the earlier time frame or earlier time period, right? So you understand your basic curve or pace. It's like, you know, if your exam, you said that I'll complete one subject in one day, but you have come to a realization that no, I'm completing a subject in 2 days because the chapters are more, or because I need time for revision. So what is your velocity? Is basically 2 days in for one subject. So that's your trend, right? So same way, on focusing on that, or to after understanding this, a product owner can come to a conclusion or come to a level wherein he can give a future date. Okay, by this date, our project, or sorry, our this scrum, sprints can be over. So it's basically a high level, I would say, completion date that is offered or that is suggested by him. I will not say it's a hard and fast confirmed date, because that depends on customer acceptance, right? Timely delivery, but it's just a future prediction on the basis of earlier, I would say, developments on earlier achievements. Okay, everybody's okay with this? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, any doubts?
Not so far.
No, not so far.
Perfect, thank you so much. Yeah. So there are these additional points, from the development team's point of view, which are actually applicable to them a lot, but they're in general good for discussions. So I just want you to read it one by one, and then if there are any specific doubt, I can talk on it, or if you wish to add something, yeah, please go ahead.
Agenda for sprint review.
I want, one second. I want people who have not spoken also speak, so everybody gets involved. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Agenda for sprint review. First, development team talks about the sprint.
Reviewing
Okay.
the for the sprint.
Reviewing the goal for the sprint. We all know what is the sprint goal, right? We all are aware.
Yes.
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 Maybe the 10 features or the functionality or the technology to be implemented, that was a sprint goal. So yes, that is achieved or not, that review happens. Yes, next.
Demonstrating new features implemented during the sprint.
Okay,
Like-
very well said, Aparna. Thank you. So basically, yeah, every review we are kind of showcasing, okay, we achieved this, we have completed this, we have accomplished this. So these are all the positive adjectives that you want to add to your feather. These feathers you want to add to your cap. So yeah, you highlight on that and you showcase them. Okay.
Requesting
Hmm.
feedback from the stakeholders.
Yeah. Well, can you repeat again, please? One person.
Requesting feedback from the stakeholders.
Yes, this is also right? Like, when you have your friends over at your place, and you prepare nice, you have a very good spread, and you have some you tried some recipe for the first time, and you feel you have done enough, and you had a great time, but then at the end of the day, you will still call your best friend or the person closest to you and talk to them. Hey, how was it? Did you like the food? And then that person or those people are genuine enough to give you a proper feedback, right? Because feedback is very, very important. It ensures you where you stand and what all you need to achieve further, or what all you need to work upon more, and what are you already good at. So the person can actually say, no, the food was fantastic, you don't need to worry, or only this timing would have been better, or anything, anything that comes to their mind. Okay, or maybe things should have been less sugary and stuff like that. But the feedback, even the kids have the feedback in the school, how the teacher tells them how they are performing, annual feedback in offices, in the organizations, it's a normal practice of having the feedback. Okay, so yeah, next point.
Discussing work not yet accomplished.
Perfect. So what we have done and what are we still working on? So yeah, so that basically gives an idea of how the next sprint will look like. Okay, so that gives an idea of, okay, what will my next sprint look like? Perfect. Yeah. Next pointer.
Identifying risk and impediments.
Okay. So risk can be in the form of having some members on unplanned leave, or in case of any, I'm just giving you some extreme example. In case of some natural calamities or some situation where people can't come into work, or it is like some of the technology that the customer is asking for, or required for development or anything like that not being readily available. So yeah, that can be one of the many risks involved, and we just discuss. See, basically we identify them. Identifying a risk is also very important, because that gives a better understanding of how you cope up with that. If
Yeah.
you are not even kind of I would say able to gauge or able to anticipate that, then you're at a, I would say, risk on the riskier side of the plan. So if you feel okay, there can be some delay. So you are like, okay, if there is a delay, I will ask for additional team members for the particular sprint or for the particular week, or I'll ask my members to stretch a little, or anything, or we can prioritize this activity over that. So things like that can be done. Okay. Yeah. Next point, please.
Reviewing project increment objective.
Perfect. So that simply means what are the additional next objectives of the project? Those needs to be, so it's like, okay, first, if you think about Amazon website, yeah, first we developed homepage. Now we are, because it's a Diwali or festivity season, coming up, you have all the clothes and all the appliances and all the other things to be highlighted on your portal, so you focus on that. So this is like, okay, now we worked on the children section. Now being a festival season, we'll focus more on the clothing and apparels, and anything that is the highlight of that particular, or maybe the food area, food section of the website, so more people can access that. So these are your basically incremental plans or objectives, how you want to achieve them. Okay. Last but not the least point, please.
Looking
Who has
at
not read for the yet? I think I did not hear from iPhone 200212. Yes, no, and the person is all mute only. Okay. So yeah, anybody else? Please go ahead.
looking ahead to the next sprint using the top lines from the product backlog.
Yeah, perfect. See, we have already learned this, that in product backlog, the high priority items are kept at the top, and the low priority items are kind of slided, or kept at the bottom. So it's a common thing. Like even if you go for a shopping, in your shopping list or in your to-do list for a day, the high priority items will always be at the top. So you're just starting to knock them off, like tick, 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 tick. This is actually the way even I work, to be very honest. I'm a very checklist kind of person. I document most of my things. If I don't document, trust me, that thing might not happen on time, or might be kind of back of my memory. So ensure that things are documented, things are on the list. So having the list is always on any fine day, I'll have so many kind of lists. I have list for my trips, shopping. I have list for any festival season. I have list for any particular day, if there's a long day and I have many activity. And trust me, it is a very helpful way. I'm pretty sure many people already follow this, and it's a very safe and practical practice to have list. So same way in agile also, we have this list of product backlog, in short, wherein we focus on the majority or important points first, and then we go to the less important and low priority points. Okay. So any doubts till far? Anybody? Yes, no.
Yes. This is the agenda for the sprint review. Yeah. So just like the second point, reviewing the goal for the sprint.
Yes.
In the sprint review, we review the goal. What was the goal of the sprint we achieved or not achieved? Yeah, right?
Right, absolutely.
Isn't the same reviewing project increment objectives, or how this is different from the second point?
Good question.
Yeah.
So basically, there is a very thin line between goal, features, goal and features. Incremental objectives are totally different. Increment, the word itself said it's an additional thing. So that is something that you will be doing in future, add on. So that's a different thing. Okay, that's clear, right? So that's a different thing. But when I talk about goals and features, see, my goal is to have the women's clothing section up and running on Amazon. That's my goal for this sprint. Okay. The feature involved in that goals is, okay, add the clothing for kids, add the female kids, or add the clothing for Indian apparels or Western apparels or traditional apparels. Add the add the pictures or descriptions for the required, I would say, accessories that go with the clothing. So you see, I have only one goal of having the clothing department of my online website like Amazon up and running. That's my goal. But to achieve that goal, how many features I have to complete?
Okay, got
Quite
it.
a lot, right?
Yes.
Yes. So exactly, my favorite example is to make biryani is my goal. So what are the features or what are the tasks involved? Plenty. You can break down, I can break down right now into 10 tasks, because this is the way I make, first of all, get curd and all adrak lasan paste, as we call in a typical language, and marinate the things if it is veg or non-veg, and have your basmati rice. So breaking down of task is basically your features. Those are implemented, and you demonstrate that, right? So you show, okay, see, you click on this point and all the accessories, maybe earrings and jewelry section, you can see, and you can add to the cart. You can click on this link and you can see the clothes. So this is your features, okay? But then your ultimate, and then when everything works fine, everything is, you can add to the card, you can, for example, just for understanding purpose, you can book and you can order. Then you can say, okay, we have achieved our goal of having this women's clothing section up and running. Get my point? Everyone is clear?
These
Thank you for this question.
Close, second, third, and the last one. These are
Yes, but these
close
are the
points, so
but this is what we do, right? I understand, but they have their own significance. Unless my sprint goal is achieved or I don't have a feedback on that, I do not know how I'm doing, right? For me, for development team might think, oh, we are the best, we are going great. But then customer can have a different feedback. Okay, we want more pace, we want more work, or things like that, right? Yes. So anybody else has any doubts, please feel free to ask. Yes, no?
And one more question. Do we discuss the next sprint also in the sprint review?
Not in detail, but we have a generic idea. See, basically, all these sprints are already planned out, okay? Okay, and the detailed thing will happen in sprint planning meeting. We also have that ceremony. So basically, sprint review is dedicated for the earlier sprint understanding, and definitely on the closing remarks, you can always say, okay, we have the sprint planning meeting in maybe a couple of days, and we can have, but just to get started, we will be focusing more on these new, we will start with the men's clothing and all stuff like that. So,
thank you. Yeah, got it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, most welcome. So basically, this is a trend in every typical meeting in organizations also. So this is how they say, ki, okay, today we are at this, we have achieved this much market share, these many new clients, this much profits. And then while after discussing this, they'll always emphasize, okay, for our future, we are planning this, things like that.
Yes.
So this is how the general trend goes. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think today we have had a lot of important pointers on this, and because it's an important topic, I have given so much of time and detail explanation, and your from your end also, I asked for many things, and I'm happy that everybody is on the same page. So before ending this session, I'll just request everyone to share their views about today's. So it's also like a feedback, right? Every session towards the end, we ask, how did you feel about it, or what are your thoughts? and then we end. So I'll encourage everyone to go one by one and nominate others, and then we can end the session. Okay, please go ahead. Thank you.
I found it to be a more detailed session today because earlier we knew about what is sprint review, but today we went deep into like its agendas and different points. So it was more detailed session for me.
Perfect. Thank you, Priyanka. See,
Yeah.
detail is, first of all, basically we ensure that you get introduced to the topic or understand the topic in the earlier sessions. And now we are going into deep dive, because I'm pretty sure if we started with this, you would have like, what is happening? Why are we
Yeah,
doing this
yes.
much? So now okay, that's the event and this is how we conduct it. This is the agenda. So now you actually feel a part of that team itself, right? Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you, Priyanka. Please nominate someone else.
Yeah. Okay, Raji. She's next to me, Raji.
Yeah, Raj.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you, Prerna, for today's
Hello.
session. It was, can you hear me?
Yeah. Loud and clear.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for today's session, Prerna. It was like very informative with simple examples and also day-to-day examples. That was really good.
Yes.
And that makes us very easy to understand things. And when we go in deep with sessions, we are very comfortable with topics. You're not feeling
Thank you so
any
much. That is the whole
yeah.
intention. We can actually give you real life example. Like in my current financial in organizations, we have agile and there are so many roadblocks, but then that will not be relevant to you because you're like, what is this domain? Why are we talking about this? What is the background? So it doesn't make any sense. And then everything depends on any organization you go. So better to have a detailed understanding of the concept. So if you can put into any industry, you can work in fashion industry software, still you are good to go. You're like, oh, I know this is what we have to do, this is what we have achieved, and this is how we are planning for the next achievement or next plan. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Raji. Please nominate someone.
Yeah. Poonam.
Hi, it
Yeah,
was
Poonam.
good. It was really good. And every time I'm feeling like that, I'm learning new things. And
Thank you. Yes, you are, rather. You are definitely.
yeah, thank you so much. And next is Amiti.
Yeah. Hi, Amiti. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just yeah, I was just trying to unmute myself. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, it is getting more and more detail oriented. So I'm really looking forward to the next sessions. And yeah, it's very simple, also very easy to understand. So that is very good thing. So even though it is detail oriented, it is very simple in layman terms. So yeah. So
Perfect. So
and
you can actually talk to some of your friends who are from who are from non by IT background, and you can tell them about agile in your own words and influently, right?
yes.
It's like how you have a party Rita at home, same way we do this agile thing. And she'll be like, what has happened to my friend today? But then you're revising in your see, this is what we focus on: layman, simple examples. So and then somehow they tend to retain in your memory for a longer time than any typical business example. That's what our experience has been for last couple of years. So yes, thank you so much, Amiti. Please nominate someone.
Ishan.
Hi,
Yeah,
Prerna.
Ishan. Hi,
Yeah,
Ishan.
I am getting in detail more to know about the modern agile and agenda of the sprint review, and we discuss in the
Perfect.
how the in sprint review product backlog management happen, how they discuss and how they will future plan about this.
Perfect. Rightly summed up. Thank you so much, Ishan. Happy for your involvement as well. Thank you so much. Please
Thank
nominate someone. I think Radhika and Roli are left.
Rolly.
Yeah. Roli, please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, it was
Hi,
very
Roli.
informative and detailed section because last time we heard
Mm-hmm.
word sprint review, agenda, and
And you
feedback
were
and
like,
everything. But
what is
now,
this? What
yeah,
is this? Something new. Yeah,
yeah. So
right.
every time we heard the new words, but today only sprint review we have discussed. So it's a detailed
Yes.
and it was very informative.
Yes.
Learned a lot.
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. And please nominate someone. I think Radhika is
Radhika.
remaining or Yeah.
Hi, Prerna.
And Aparna also, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Radhika, please go ahead.
Thank you for the session. As everyone said, this session very informative with the simple examples. I could relate whatever it is being going on. And normally, from the past few days, I'm observing my husband work as well. He is also involved in the sprint test and all these things. So
Great, I was coming to that. Yes. Thank you. You shared this. Yes. So now you can actually understand when you talk about our sprint review meeting is there, or our sprint goal, or what is the product backlog looks like, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I could relate very well to that. So I'm able to correlate all
Perfect.
whatever you say with the work, whatever he does. So I can able to match with that. Yeah, thank you so much for the simple words.
Very well done. Very well done.
It is.
I think we should have one round of applause for this, because she's actually utilizing her current understanding. Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone, please unmute and please. Yeah. And this is for everybody, not only for her, but she stated that. Superb, Radhika. I'm so happy to hear this. Yes. Thank you so much. Please nominate someone. I think Aparna is left. Yeah.
Yeah, Aparna, yeah.
Hi, Aparna.
Hi. Yeah, I understand the sprint review. It's one of the most important meetings happening in the sprint.
Ceremonies.
And, and we come to know what we have done and how it went and all that. So it was very informative. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So yes, actually, I was going to highlight this. If you have any member in your family, can be your spouse, your colleague, not colleague, your sibling, your parents, and anyone, or your friends, your close friends who are in IT, do talk to them. Ask them real life questions. Hey, how did actually happen? How long it is, how the customer behaves. Simple. And then they'll tell you the stories, the real life stories, the real life experience that actually enriches. And because they're your friends and they're your known people, they can customize it as per your understanding, right? So now here we do not know how well you know the industry, but thanks to I think Radhika, and I'll encourage you to talk to your spouses more if you're not talking already. But please talk to them more about their work. I mean, they'll also feel comfortable to share with you. And, there can be some funny incidences. There can be some fun elements to it, or maybe some learnings which they want to have, or which you can also help them. So you can always say, hey, we do have some recordings, because see, there are people who come from different background. There's some technical person who is got into agile and they were totally onto the machine oriented earlier. Now they are getting into managerial work. So they might find it challenging at the beginning, right? It happens. You guys are starting from scratch, but your focus and attention is so good that you're grasping. But some people might be struggling. It can be your friend, your sibling, your spouse at times. So help them out with our videos and do discuss, and please rewatch. I'll give you a guarantee, if you rewatch this video again in couple of days, maybe preferably by tomorrow-ish, your concepts will be much more concrete in your mind. Yeah, someone was saying something.
Prerna, I'm Rolly. I have one question. Actually, last class, I have to ask before, but I forgot. I discussed with my husband and he told me, one of the person asked the question that if there is something left in the one sprint, that goes to the another sprint or not.
Yeah,
But he got the answer no. But as I discussed with my husband, he told me, yes, we can do these things, go to one sprint to other if something is back, if something is not completed.
So my
I have
answer
not
to, I
understood.
wonder why the answer was no last time, or how it came. The
Yeah.
answer is depending on priority, it is
Yes.
included.
Yeah,
So
this
it's absolutely,
was the
see,
answer. This was the answer. Actually.
yeah. Yeah, actually, I think this was the answer. It was not the no. Maybe it was
said it will not go there, but if it depends on the prioritization, that if it should be, then it will go. Yeah.
Perfect, Poonam. So basically, how it is, how even you exclude one item, or you kind of keep an item at the end, or altogether do not work on it, depending on the priority. Like how I was saying, right? Maybe for the Diwali season, you want all the festive items, or the clothing, or anything that is related to the festival to be highlighted and to be completed fast, right? You want to have that on your website, so you can have the other maybe I do not know what is not useful. Actually, everything is So you might have maybe fertilizers and other things taken aback, and you're like, okay, let's highlight that in another season or post Diwali. You get my point. So,
Yeah.
so this is on your priority. So
Yes.
if you have kept a particular point or you have missed, I will not say miss because you don't miss anything. You keep it on after a thorough discussion. So even if in the next sprint, there are other important things and this functionality is not so important yet to the client, you can keep it pushing or you can have at the bottom of your product backlog, right?
Okay.
But then, and to be very honest, for the entire Scrum duration or all these sprints, it depends on the customer's well and wish and their priority to have that item or not. You may take it forward and ask them if they say a simply no. See, many a times there are many points are simply discarded because they might be out of the trend or they were not so important. They were only the look and feel item. It can be anything. So yes, depending on the priority and the customer requirements, things can be moved, can be prioritized or deprioritized, and can be taken in different sprints. Does this answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, most welcome. So yes, we're all good, and I think we should end this session on this positive note. Thank you so much for your cooperation and your involvement. I personally also enjoyed this session. See you tomorrow. See you on Tuesday night again. And before that, please revise the session and watch and prepare your videos. We look forward to look at your recordings. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Good night. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Good
Bye
day.
bye. Good night. Yeah, thank you.